Hello, in this video, we will look at interfaces versus abstract classes. A class can implement multiple interfaces, but it can only extend one superclass. An interface can be used more or less the same way as an abstract class, but defining an interface is different from defining an abstract class. So let's look at this table here. We're going to see this abstract class. No restriction on variables. For interface, all variables must be public, static, final. Constructors. Abstract class can have constructors. The constructors are invoked by the subclass. Interfaces have no constructors. Abstract classes, there's no restriction on methods. You can have any kind of methods. Interface may contain public abstract instance methods, public default methods, and public static methods. Java allows only single inheritance, so you can only extend one superclass. But the interface, you can implement multiple interfaces. So this is kind of way to circumvent the single inheritance restriction. An interface can inherit other interfaces, so you can have a sub-interface. So this is interface, new interface extends interface 1 and interface n. A class implementing new interface must implement all the abstract methods defined in all these super interfaces. So let's look at this diagram here. You're going to see this is class 2 implements the interfaces. So this is dash line is implements interfaces, extends the class, and the class here implements interface. This should be dash line, and this is the class extends object. Class names are nouns. Interface names may be adjectives or noun. So like a comparable is adjective. Clonable is adjective. Now, which one you use? Abstract class or interfaces? Abstract classes and interfaces can both be used to specify common behavior of objects. How do you decide whether to use an interface or a class? In general, a strong is a relationship that clearly describes a parent-child relationship should be modeled using classes. For example, Gregorian calendar is a calendar. So the relationship between the class Gregorian calendar and the calendar is modeled using class inheritance. A week is a relationship, is also known as an is kind of relationship, indicates that an object possesses a certain property. A week is a relationship can be modeled using interfaces. For example, all strings are comparable, and all dates are comparable, all numbers are comparable. So this is using this kind of is kind of relationship. It's a weak inheritance using interface. In general, interfaces are preferred over abstract classes because an interface can define a common supertype for unrelated classes. Interfaces are more flexible than classes. Consider this example here. We have this animal, and So here's the class, the abstract animal class. And so if you put this how to eat here in this animal class here, right here, you can only use it with animals. So the chicken and duck is fine, but what about the broccoli and apple? And so, and that is, they're not animal. So what you do is to make this is edible interface. So what we do here is, and to make this is the edible interface. So this is the edible interface now, and this is how to eat. And chicken is edible, duck is edible, and broccoli is edible. Okay. All right, that is all for this section. See you on the next video.